Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my new in beauty video for the month of March. There are so many awesome things launching this month in the beauty world, so I'm going to jump right into it, starting off with the high street, more affordable priced items and moving all the way up to the more premium items. First up, if you are a Revlon lover and more particularly a Revlon ColourStay fan, rejoice. It's like sing choirs of angels. They finally put a pump on Revlon ColourStay. This has been a bugbear for any kind of beauty addict or fan of ColourStay for a really long time. They finally put one on. It's the same formula and everything. They did actually tweak the formula I think last year, but yeah, they're bringing pumps starting in March. How exciting. And then another exciting release from Revlon this month are the Ultra HD Matte Lip Colours. You might have seen a few things about these online already because a lot of people have been raving about them. They are really good. There are 7 colours, they're $8.99. They're launching this month into Boots, Superdrug and Amazon, I believe. Yeah, Amazon. And I really like these because they aren't a drying texture. I'm quite picky with my matte liquid lipsticks because I am terrible. Anything I find uncomfortable on my lips, I'm like, get it off immediately. Find it really annoying, but these are really comfy and the colours are really nice as well. Sometimes with mattes I find it a bit tricky, or some companies like make bit dodgy colours, but these are really beautiful, and yeah, I definitely recommend checking those out from Revlon. L'Oreal are also launching a new collection which is actually pretty big, so I'm going to pick out my favourites and stuff from this. It's called the Infallible Sculpt Collection, and as the name would suggest, it's all about sculpting. So there are some contour products and things like that, but it's also really starting at the base. So they have a foundation which is meant to grip to your contour a bit more. I'm not entirely sure about how the technology works, or whether or not it really does kind of help to hold your contour on, because personally if I'm contouring I'll put powder and cream, so I'll put cream and then set it with powder, so it tends to last anyway. But the foundation itself I actually really like. It's quite light feeling, but it actually still has pretty good coverage. They've also got the cream to powder contours in a couple of colours. These are really good, and it's nice to see a cream contour kit on the high street as well that isn't shimmery. So the highlighter shade is totally matte. It's not like a shimmery kind of glittery highlighter. So if you're looking for something like that on the high street, definitely have a look at these. And then the other thing I really like from the collection are the blushes, and more specifically this one, which is Soft Sand Ombre. There's also Nude Beige and Soft Rosy. So these I actually really like because you get 3 different shades, and one of them is more like a highlighting shade, and then the other 2 are kind of blushes. You can use them all together and mix them up, or use them separately, so I like those. But one thing that I wasn't a fan of were the lip kind of colours, I'm going to call them, because they're very odd. So these are called Matte Max. I keep wanting to say Mad Max, but it's Matte Max. And to be honest, I just was not really a fan of these. They're quite an interesting concept. I was really excited to try them. They're basically like the eyeshadows that have a sponge applicator, and you twist them up to get product from the lid, so the product's actually in the coloured bit. In texture, these are very much like an eyeshadow. It's kind of like putting an eyeshadow onto your lips, and the finish is beautiful. It's very matte, but it's not kind of thick looking. It's light and matte at the same time, which is really nice. However, I just found these really uncomfortable. They were so drying. They're quite sheer when you apply them, but you can actually build them up to get a good coverage. And they're a very interesting product, but like I said, just comfort wise, not for me. But the whole collection is actually really interesting. There are a lot of different products as well. I know there's a brush, the new mascara, the Sculpt mascara, is actually part of this range, even though it came out a little bit earlier than it. And there's also an eyeliner, which is really bizarre, that has a ball on the end. To be honest, I didn't get on with it, but you guys might. It's quite an interesting concept. And there's also the Sculpt Brow Artist brow gel. So Topshop are also launching an everything stick, which is kind of similar to the NARS multiples. So they're designed to be used as a blusher, a lipstick, or an eyeshadow, and they come in 6 different colours. I've actually got 2 of the colours to show you, but if you look at this is the press release. There's actually quite a nice variation of colours. The problem I have with this kind of product is that I don't usually want the same colour on my cheeks, lips and eyes, because unless it's like a really pretty bronzy kind of colour, I think it can work. But for the more pink colours, the one that I've been testing is Naive, and it's a really beautiful colour for my cheeks, and I actually really like the product and the application as a blusher. And on the lips it's just a little bit too pink for me, and I definitely wouldn't use it on the eyes. So I feel like they're a fun product to play with, but I think if you get one you'll end up using it more for one thing than for everything, to be honest. But that's an interesting new release from Topshop. It's kind of a slimmer version of the NARS Multiple, and I really like the fact that they've made them smaller, so it's a lot easier to use kind of on your eyes and your lips. The Body Shop are launching a new fragrance, which I always get really excited about when they do this because I love their body butters, and this one is called British Rose. It is a rose scent, so if you're not a fan of roses you're not going to like this, but if you do like rose scents, it's actually quite a light one. I find rose scents can sometimes be a little bit sickly or slightly granny-ish, but this is quite fresh and modern, but it still is unmistakably rose. And this is quite a big collection as well. They've brought it out in loads of different products, a lot of their kind of usual products, but also a couple of the makeup products as well, so it's definitely worth taking a look at. My favourite one is the body butter. I love the Body Shop body butters, I always have done. Another really exciting launch that has got quite a lot of coverage recently is the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. As you guys know, I am a massive fan of the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I fell in love with the neutral palette a couple of years ago, and then since then every one I've tried, they just blend beautifully. The payoff is amazing, and what is even more exciting is that they smell amazing. And this one, true to its name, smells like peanut butter. It's a bit warmer than I normally go for, but I have been using it this week and I have actually really been liking it. It's definitely a departure from my norm, but I've really been enjoying it, and you know, you'll know if you like these kind of colours or not. I think the design is super cute. I really like it. So this is coming out, it was out now because it came out on the 29th of February. It's £27 in the UK, so quite pricey, and you can get them in Debenhams or on the website. So that's the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette and my thoughts on it. I do like it, but maybe a little bit warm. I'm still going to use it, but it's not my favourite. Another exciting launch this month is from Ciate, and they have expanded their range of liquid velvet lip colours, which I was excited about because I absolutely love the red one, like absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite red lips. To be honest, I don't think any of them are better than the red. I think the red is still my favourite, but there are some good ones. Interestingly enough, they've actually launched a teal colour. For me, this is kind of a bit of a an odd one, but I feel like some people will love it because it's really unusual. They've also launched a really beautiful dark colour called Voodoo, which is a really, really deep kind of burgundy plum. I'm a big fan of that. And then the other one I really like is this bright pink, which is called Head Over Heels. So they've launched 8 new colours, really, really pretty ones. There's a beautiful kind of grape colour as well called Pin Up that's really nice. Definitely worth checking out if you like the formula of those and you've tried them before. They're £17 each, so quite pricey, but worth it. The formulas are really, really nice. Butter London have also introduced a new range of nail tinted moisturisers, which is called Sheer Wisdom. I'm actually wearing this one today, and when I got these, I was kind of like, really? Is that a thing? I feel like it's just, you know, another way of repackaging like a nail care product. But actually, I really, really like this. It's almost like a nude polish, but it's like slightly more sheer, and it has lots of kind of nail moisturising and strengthening ingredients in it, like vitamin E and tea tree oil, so it's really good for the care of your nails, but it also actually gives you some coverage as well, which I really like. I think it's quite a sophisticated look. There are 6 different shades. Mine's the second lightest, but they go to quite a deep colour as well. Moving on to YSL, they're launching their annual limited edition Touche Eclat this month. This year, I actually am a big fan of this because the ones that they did last year had like pink kisses all over them, and I liked them, but I wasn't like really, really into it. These are really cute. They have like a black kind of paint splash on them, and then it says like different phrases. I think there are 3 of these. This one says all lights on me, but I think there is like not enough sleep or something like that, and there are a couple of different phrases. Have a look online if you want to check them out. If you are a frequent purchaser of Touche Eclat, it is fun to get the limited editions because they kind of look a bit different and fun. And then they've also extended their Rouge Volupté Shine collection. They've introduced new colours. There are a lot of colours of these now. I can't remember how many new ones they've got, but they've got a lot. They've called them as well. I don't know if this happened before because I haven't had a pack of this for a very long time, but it now says Oil in Stick. I don't know if it was called Oil in Stick before, but these are just really nice. I like the original Rouge Voluptés, but I found them a little bit drying, whereas the shine versions, like they don't look dry because they're not like super matte, but they felt a bit drying on my lips, whereas the shine versions, because they have that oil in them, they're a little bit more kind of balmy. The colour I have is 44 Nude Valier, which is a really pretty colour, and with the Rouge Voluptés, like you just can't diss the packaging. It's so pretty. Another quick mention as well should go to the fact that Marc Jacobs have finally launched their makeup in the UK this month. It's exclusive to Harrods, but you can also get it online. Finally, I know I've been talking about the mascara a lot in my previous videos for the last couple of weeks, so I'm not going to talk about them again, but if you didn't know, Marc Jacobs Beauty is now available in the UK. And then last but not least for beauty releases this month are a couple of things from Giorgio Armani. The first one is the Maestro UV Skin Defense Primer, and I've been using this for the past few days and really like it. It's got SPF 50 in it, which I think is amazing to have in a primer. I always look for SPF 50 kind of skincare products, and they can be quite hard to find, but especially like killing two birds with one stone and having it in your primer is a really great idea, and also the texture of it is really nice. Sometimes with SPF 50 products they can be really greasy or just not sit right on the skin, but I've really been liking that. So if you're looking for an SPF 50 product and a new primer, kill two birds with one stone and check this out. That's launching this month. And then another thing that they are launching are the eye and brow maestros. I was actually pretty skeptical about these because the theory behind them is that all hair has like an element of kind of shimmer to it. It's not like totally matte, whereas most eyebrow products are matte. So they've designed this range of cream products that can be used either as a cream eyeshadow or in your eyebrows. So I actually gave it a go. I'm wearing it today in Ash Blonde, and I actually really like it. They apply really nicely, they stay on all day, and you don't notice the shimmer when it's on your brows, trust me, because you look in the bottom of these, like when they're in the pan. This one's red, I'll explain more about this in a minute. You look at them and you're like, that's actually really shimmery, I don't know if I want to use that on my brows. But the natural coloured ones do work really nicely for your brows. I've also used it as a base for eyeshadow, again, works really nicely. Interestingly enough, they've also done a few colours that are not like natural brow colours. This element I don't really get as much. The natural colours are great, I definitely recommend checking them out. The bright colours I find a little bit bizarre. So that is it for my new and beauty video for March. If you're not already subscribed, then please do to be notified of my new content coming out every Friday and Sunday, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye guys!